You're not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because your subconscious still believes you're in danger. And when you're in danger, your mind isn't wired to create wealth. It's wired to survive, to protect, to play small, to avoid risk. Your subconscious doesn't care about your goals, it cares about your safety. And right now, it's doing its job too well. The human brain was built for survival, not success. Your nervous system evolved in a world of lions, scarcity, and real threat. So when it senses fear, even emotional fear, it flips a switch: fight, flight, freeze. This response helped us run from predators. But today, it's keeping you from financial freedom. When your subconscious feels unsafe, it won't let you grow. Because growth means risk, visibility, exposure, change. And to the primitive mind that looks like danger, you might not feel like you're in danger. But look at your habits: constantly worrying about money, even when bills are paid, unable to save, or sabotaging every time you get ahead, undercharging for your work, or feeling uncomfortable receiving help or praise, overthinking every decision, avoiding investing, distrusting people who are wealthy. That's not laziness. That's survival mode. Somewhere along the line, your subconscious made an association that wealth equals threat. Maybe it started in childhood. You heard your parents say, "Rich people are selfish. Money causes stress. We can't afford that." Or maybe success brought pain, attention, responsibility, jealousy, pressure. So your subconscious made a decision. It's safer to stay small. It's safer to struggle. That's what? Familiar. And the subconscious always chooses familiarity over freedom. Even if that familiarity is poverty, you don't need to work harder. You need to feel safer. That's how you break the cycle. Begin by speaking directly to your subconscious. Use words it understands: repetition, emotion, imagery. Visualize yourself holding wealth, calmly, effortlessly. Repeat affirmations like, "I am safe to receive. I am safe to be seen. I am safe to hold and multiply wealth." And then go deeper. Use shadow work to uncover the exact moment you learn to fear success. Rewrite that memory. Reframe that belief. Because no amount of hustle can override a nervous system stuck in fear. Before you can build wealth, your body must feel safe having it. Before your bank account grows, your nervous system must stop seeing success as a threat. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you were before fear began protecting you. Heal the fear, and wealth will no longer be something you chase. It will become something you hold. Your subconscious doesn't want you to succeed. It wants you to survive. That's the first truth most people never confront. Because success, true success, demands expansion, risk, visibility. But your nervous system isn't built for expansion. It is built for protection. And if your subconscious believes money, power, or growth equals danger, it will quietly sabotage everything you try to build. You still call it procrastination, self-doubt, imposter syndrome. But underneath all of that is fear. The kind of fear that doesn't yell. It whispers, and it says, play small, stay hidden, stay safe. Stress doesn't just exhaust you, it closes you. And when you're closed, mentally, emotionally, energetically, you cannot receive. Wealth is a signal, a frequency, a relationship between your subconscious and your environment. But fear blocks the signal. It tells your body, we says are not safe enough to dream. So the creative ideas never come. The intuition never lands. The opportunities never feel right. Not because they aren't set real, but because you weren't set open enough to see them. A body in survival can recognize abundance. It only recognizes threat. Most people don't know they're in survival mode because it doesn't always look like panic. Sometimes it looks like control, needing to know the outcome before taking the first step, holding on to money so tightly it never flows, obsessing over how, when, where, why. Instead of trusting, survival mode clings. It hoards. It fears loss more than it desires growth. And the problem with that is simple. You cannot receive with a clenched fist. You can't create from a mind that only knows how to protect itself. The cost of control is abundance. You are not your past. You are not your environment. You are not here to just survive. You are here to create. But to do that, you must become someone who feels safe receiving, safe to be seen, safe to rest, safe to hold more than enough. That shift doesn't start in your income. It starts in your nervous system. You must shift from the identity of the hunted to the identity of the magnet. From how do I make it to I am safe and I allow more to come. You don't need more pressure. You need more peace. You don't rewire your subconscious through force. You rewire it through rhythm. Here sits what that rhythm looks like. Wake up and repeat. It is safe for me to receive. I am no longer in survival. Write down one moment where money felt easy, even if small, and anchor that memory. Breathe deeply into your stomach. Relax your jaw. Soften your chest. The body must feel wealth before the mind believes it. Visualize yourself receiving with ease, not chasing, not fighting, just allowing. Before bed say, wealth is safe. I no longer resist the flow. These rituals don't attract wealth. They prepare you to hold it. Your survival story ends the moment you remember this. You were not born to shrink. You were born to receive. And when your nervous system finally believes that, the world begins to respond. You were never taught how to feel safe with money. You were taught how to chase it, how to stress over it, how to fear not having it, or fear losing it the moment it came. But safety, emotional peace, a calm nervous system in the presence of abundance, that was never part of the lesson. Because the people who raised you were also in survival mode. Most of your beliefs about money, or in set, even yours, they sit inherited, absorbed through language, silence, energy. You watched your parents tense up when bills arrived. You heard them say, we can afford that. Money doesn't grow on trees. Be grateful. Don't it, ask for more. And what did your subconscious learn? That money is pressure. That desire is dangerous. That wealth brings guilt. And if you came from trauma, the body associates chaos with normal. So when peace finally arrives, you reject it. You look for drama. You find ways to lose what you receive. Not because you want to, but because your nervous system still confuses stability with danger. Generational scarcity is not just a mindset. It's a pattern locked into behavior, energy, and expectation. If you were taught that rich people are greedy, or that asking for more makes you ungrateful, or that money and peace never coexist, then every time you try to expand, your subconscious quietly pulls you back. You shall hustle, but you shall never rest. You shall earn, but you shall never feel safe, because the belief underneath is louder than your willpower. And the belief says, this is not for people like us. To break this loop, you don't need to work harder. You need to go deeper. Carl Jung called it shadow integration, bringing the unconscious beliefs into the light. Florence Shinn used spoken word as law. I am now immune to fear. I am a perfect channel for divine wealth. Neville Goddard taught assumption. The mind doesn't attract what is true. It attracts what it assumes is true. So you must assume new truths. Not just think them, feel them, embody them, ritualize them. Try this. I am safe to be wealthy. It is now safe for me to receive more than enough. My past does not control my worth. These are not affirmations. They are nervous system codes, spoken calmly, repeated daily, until the body finally relaxes. You are not healing to become rich. You are healing to feel safe in what you already deserve. You are not manifesting to escape lack. You are remembering the truth your subconscious forgot. You were never meant to live in fear. And so, we end here with this. Wealth is not a goal. It sets a nervous system regulation state. And once your body believes that, money will no longer feel like a fight. It will feel like flow. Imagine running full speed with the brakes on. Your legs are strong. Your will is focused. You start pouring energy into the forward motion. But something is resisting, quietly, invisibly. You are stuck between motion and resistance, between desire and fear. That's what happens when your subconscious wants safety more than success. You move, but you never arrive, and it sits, not because you're lazy. It's because your subconscious still thinks expansion is dangerous. Subconscious survival mode is a hidden operating system. You're not conscious of it, but it runs everything. It was installed early, usually when you were still learning how the world works. And its one mission is simple. Avoid pain, avoid risk, avoid loss. So if wealth ever felt unsafe, if visibility ever brought criticism, if asking for more led to rejection, the subconscious took notes, and those notes became the script you live by. Wealth requires expansion. You have to invest, be seen, speak with clarity, ask with confidence. But survival mode is the opposite. It says, hide, wait. What if it goes wrong? What if they say no? And so the wealth-building behaviors you should do feel heavy, like walking through wet sand, because your internal system is resisting every move forward. Your mind says, let's just grow. Your body whispers, let's says, stay safe. This internal conflict shows up in ways you can always see. You undercharge even when you know your worth. You say yes to less when your spirit is screaming for more. You procrastinate on launching. You hold back from speaking your truth. You distrust every opportunity, then regret not taking it. You do the work, but the results don't match your effort. Why? Because deep down, you're still holding the brakes. You're trying to earn with a nervous system that's scared to receive. The way out isn't set more hustle. It sets more safety. The subconscious only lets go when it feels held. So we speak to it, gently, daily. Say it now. Is it safe for me to expand? It is safe to be seen. I trust myself to handle more. Visualize money entering without chaos. Feel what peace feels like when you imagine holding wealth. And don't just dream. Build structure around your expansion, a daily grounding practice, a clear financial system, boundaries that protect your peace. These are not just habits. They are signals to your subconscious. We are no longer in danger. It is safe to rise now. The biggest wealth block is not lack of strategy. It is internal resistance, not what you know, but what you fear. And once your subconscious feels safe with more, you will stop sabotaging what's already trying to reach you. Motivation is overrated. You can wake up inspired, watch 1,000 mindset videos, write your goals, visualize your dreams, but none of it will matter. And if your body still feels unsafe with money, because your nervous system runs the show, and if it believes wealth is a threat, it will quietly reject it. Not in loud ways, in subtle sabotage. You forget to follow up. You undercharge. You freeze when opportunity knocks. And you think, I just need more motivation. No, you need more safety. To your logical mind, money means freedom. But to your subconscious, it might mean exposure. Being visible could mean being judged. Having success could mean being envied. Earning more might trigger guilt. So even though you say you want abundance, part of you fears it. The subconscious associates expansion with pain, not peace. And because it always chooses safety over success, it holds you back, quietly, softly, but consistently. When you're in survival mode, your habits reflect it. You shrink your voice so others feel comfortable. You over-deliver and undercharge. You say yes when your soul says no. You confuse exhaustion with progress, and you hide your truth behind perfectionism. Because deep down, you're terrified of what happens if you're seen too clearly. That sets not discipline. That sets a nervous system stuck in defense. You are not lazy. You are scared. And scared systems do not build wealth. They maintain just enough to survive. So how do you shift? Not with more hustle. Not with more books. With nervous system rituals that create safety from the inside out. Try this. Breath work every morning. 3 deep belly breaths to calm the body. Visualization of yourself receiving with peace, not panic. Self-trust reps. 1 small promise to yourself every day and keeping it. Daily mantras spoken out loud, slowly, with belief. It says safe to expand. Wealth is peace. I am safe to be seen, paid, and supported. These practices may look simple, but to the subconscious, they are codes. And repeated codes rewrite belief. The world doesn't reward the most talented or the most motivated. It rewards the ones who feel safe to receive, safe to speak, safe to lead. Because in the end, wealth doesn't come to the smartest mind. It comes to the safest one.